कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदना ब्रज जनरंजना यशोदनंदना ब्रज जनरंजना यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा गोपीनाथ राधा गोपीनाथ राधे जय प्रभुपदा 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 जय प्रभुपदा निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे श्री श्री राधा गोपीनाथ भगवान की श्री श्री गौर निताई की श्री गोपाल जी महाराज की श्री जनार्दन जी महाराज की श्री श्री राधा गोपी जन वल्लभ की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। Hare Krishna. So welcome to all of you to the Sunday feast program, Radha Gopinath Mandir. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 6th chapter, Creation of the Universal Form. Text number 40, the last verse of this 6th chapter. यथो प्राप्य न्यवर्तन्त वाचश्च मनसा सह. Okay. यतो प्राप्य न्यवर्तन्त वाचश्च मनसा सह अहं चान्य इमे देवास् तस्मै भगवते नमः. यतो प्राप्य न्यवर्तन्त वाचश्च मनसा सह अहं चान्य इमे देवास् तस्मै भगवते नमः. यतो प्राप्य न्यवर्तन्त वाचश्च मनसा सह अहं चान्य इमे देवास् तस्मै भगवते नमः. बोलिए. निवर्तन्त वाचश्च मनसातः अहं चान्य इमे देवास् तस्मै भगवते नमः. अहो प्राप्य निवर्तन्त वाचश्च मनसातः अहं चान्य इमे देवास् तस्मै भगवते नमः. Ladies, Mataji's. निवर्तन्त वाचश्च मनसा सह अहं चान्य इमे देवास् तस्मै भगवते नमः. यतः, from whom, अप्राप्य, being unable to measure, Nevartanta, cease to try, Vachaha, words, Cha, also, Manasa, with the mind, Saha, with Aham, Cha, also the ego, Anye, and other, Ime, all these, Devaha, demigods, Tasmai, unto him, Bhagavate, unto the personality of Godhead, Namaha, offer obeisances. Translation. Words, mind and ego, with their respective controlling demigods, have failed to achieve success in knowing the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, We simply have to offer our respectful obeisances unto him as a matter of sanity. Purport. The froggish calculator may raise the objection that if the absolute is unknowable, even by the controlling deities of speech, mind and ego, namely the Vedas, Brahma and Rudra, and all the demigods headed by Brahaspati, then why should the devotees be so interested in this unknown object? The answer is that the transcendental ecstasy enjoyed by the devotees in delineating the pastimes of the Lord is certainly unknown to non-devotees and the mental speculators. Unless one relishes transcendental joy, naturally one will come back from his speculations and concocted conclusions, because he will see them as neither factual nor enjoyable. The devotees can at least know the absolute truth is Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu. As the Vedic hymns confirm, Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Surayah. Bhagavad Gita 15.15 also confirms this fact. Vedaischa sarvair ahameva vedyaha. By culture of Vedic knowledge, one must know Lord Krishna and should not falsely speculate on the word aham, I. The only method for understanding the supreme truth is devotional service, as stated in Bhagavad Gita 18.55. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tatvataha. Only by devotional service can one know the ultimate truth as the personality of Godhead, and that Brahman and Paramatma are only his partial features. This is confirmed in this verse by the great sage Maitreya. With devotion he offers his sincere surrender, Namaha, to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavate. One has to follow in the footsteps of great sages and devotees like Maitreya and Vidura, Maharaj Parikshit and Sukadeva Goswami, and engage in the transcendental devotional service of the Lord. If one would know his ultimate feature, which is above Brahman and Paramatma. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of 3rd canto, 6th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Creation of the Universal Form. Hari Bol. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupak Kada Mayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So 6th chapter of 3rd canto ends over here. So we'll take some summary of this 6th chapter. The situation is like this, that the 23 elements of the creation are in place. What are they? The Pancha Mahabhuta: earth, water, air, fire, air, ether. Earth, water, fire, air and ether. It's Pancha Mahabhuta. And then there are Dasha Indriyas, that is 5 Jnanendriyas, special senses: ears, tongue, nose, skin and drishti, eyes. And there are 5 Karmendriyas: hands, legs, kantha, genitals. There are 5 Karmendriyas, vacha. And then one mind over this 10. Then there is ego. So these 23 elements are in place, but everything is stuck. Nothing is moving forward. All It's like all the sabjis and spices and knife and everything is ready. Also vegetables are cut. Fire is there, everything is there. But no activity of cooking is going on. So what is needed? The cook has to come. Then he will use the fire and all the ingredients and make a wonderful sabji. And that's also not the end. There has to be someone to eat also. Then there is a complete process. Complete purpose is fulfilled. So the point here in the beginning of this chapter which is mentioned is that everything entirely is always dependent on the Lord. In the beginning, in the middle, and in the end. For everything, the Lord is required. Just see Samudra Manthan process. Samudra Manthan is supposed to be done equally by the demigods and demons. Vasuki is there, Mandara mountain is there. But right from bringing Mandara mountain, there was a problem. The mountain was sinking. So, Kurma had to come, Kurma Dev. Lord had to come as Kurma Dev. Then they started churning. Then it was not stable, it was moving around. So Ajita, Bhagavan had to come and make it stabilize. And they started churning. And the poison came, everybody ran away. And the Lord had to give a counsel. What to do? Go to Lord Shiva and call him. And then the poison was managed. And then everything happened. So if the Lord was not there, there is no question of Samudra Manthan. There is no question of Amrut production. Even though it's a joint venture of truce between the demigods and demons, but still, the Lord had to be there, even though the demons don't believe in him or don't surrender to him, don't accept him. Still the Lord is there. So, in this case, one more thing has happened. See, all of us should know that all of us have senses, right? You have eye, you have hands, you have tongue, you have everything. There is a demigod of each of this organ who is there, and through him only you taste or you see or you whatever you do. They are the controllers of that organ. In 10th canto, in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is mentioned that when the devotees see the Lord through the eyes, and then the demigods Brahma is actually comparing that Indriya to a chashak. Chashak is glass, a flask you can say. So when the devotees see the Lord or Lord's pastimes or Lord's dham or connected things to the Lord, the glass of the organ which is controlled by the demigod, they drink that nectar through that eye in the glass and enjoy. And they feel it is perfect condition of their life. When the sense is misutilized by the person, then the demigods had to drink something like poison through that glass of Indriya. So when we become devotees, why we are also pleasing demigods? Because we are supposed to, and we are utilizing all our senses in service to the Lord, to please the Lord. So automatically through the senses, the controllers of the senses get also happiness. That's why bhakti is the most wonderful, all-comprehensive process. It is not targeted to one person. At one time when you please the Lord, everybody is scientifically, not emotionally, scientifically pleased. Not that, oh, the Lord is happy now, I have to be happy because He is happy. It's not like that. You are also getting separate happiness through the medium of the senses. Okay? So now what has happened? The 23 elements are there, and the demigods have also entered in them to take their positions, to make the function. Everybody is on guard now, but still nothing is happening. So the universe is also functional not because of the potency of demigods. It's only because of the Supreme Lord. Because they are already entered. It should have started creation. No? It's not taking place. So then, the demigods who have entered the 23 elements of the universe, they start praying to the Lord. Please, my Lord, please come. Then the Lord entered in all the 23 elements. And thus, the whole process got activated. And before that, one step is there, that the 23 elements are also given by the Lord only. From Him only the Tattva comes, ingredients. And if they come, Lord gives the elements to you, nothing happens. He has to do drishtipat on that. He has to glance over them. And he is sleeping, in between he opens his eyes and glances on them and again goes to sleep. And that glance activates everything. Right word is, the glance starts organizing everything into an activity which is the creation of the universe. So many times we feel that the activity of creation, the third canto, the description of creation is very boring. And the real fact is, when this was going on, Shankar Bhagavan was narrating Bhagavatam, and when third canto came, Parvati went to sleep. This is also a fact. No criticism to Parvati Devi. It's all Lord's arrangement. And you know, when once the sleep comes, suppose you sleep now. You can't wake up after 5 minutes. You will wake up after sleep is complete. So Parvati Devi only woke up in the end of the Bhagavatam. When Shankar Bhagavan opened his eyes, he saw Parvati sleeping. And he asked her, so then she woke up. The third canto. But I am telling you, if we understand the third canto through the eyes of Prabhupada or a pure devotee or a Premi Bhakta, then it is a very interesting thing. How it is created so wonderfully. So this chapter also mentions about that. So when the demigods prayed, the Lord responded as Virat Rupa. Lord's response to the prayer of demigods and to the inactivity which is there is Virat Rupa. So Virat Rupa, what is Virat Rupa? It is an all-encompassing personality. Within that personality, everything what you see is there. What you don't know is there, what you know is there, what exists is there, what you think is not existing, also everything is there in that. In the Bhagavad Gita also Virat Rupa is shown, right? And then it is explained that the veins which carry the blood in the body of Virat Rupa are the rivers in the universe. And the mountains are compared to, and the bones are compared to something. And everything is like, every item of the body of Virat Rupa is some part of the universe. It is not meaningless, just because it is vast and incomprehensible. Everything is so beautifully located in the personality of Virat Rupa. So Virat Rupa appeared. Now what is Virat Rupa? You know, when we built the Bhaktivedanta Eye Hospital in Barsana, what came first? The architectural plan. Then the material came, then the engineers came, then everybody came, and then the foundation and everything started. And when we dug the hole in the ground, there's no connection with the building which is going to come up. I mean, visually, connection is there with foundation, but when we saw the big hole, we cannot imagine the building, how the building will be. So first comes what? The architectural plan. Before that, what comes? The desire. The desire comes that I want this, we want ward, we want operation theatre, we want OPD, we want waiting area, we want registration. All these concepts are there. They are put down by the architect into the map. So, what is Virat Rupa? Is a blueprint architectural plan of the universe. It can't be called his form because it is a subtle material form by which the Lord pervades the entire universe externally, while he displays everything in the universe. This Virat Rupa, which appears, the Virat Rupa, what is the production? From where it comes? From the Garbhodakshai Vishnu. From where Garbhodakshai Vishnu comes? From Karanodakshai Vishnu, Mahavishnu, who is lying in the causal ocean, sleeping in Yog Nidra, breathing in and breathing out. And Bija Rupa universes are formed. And in one universe, there is half water, Garbha Udaka, like amniotic fluid in the uterus. And there, from that Mahavishnu, unlimited Garbha Udakshai Vishnus come. And from that Garbhodakshai Vishnu, in that universe, this Virat Rupa comes out. We are not talking about the entire creation. Please understand, this chapter is talking about the universe itself, the Brahmanda only. One Brahmanda unit. And how many Brahmanda units are there? Unlimited. Like 100 kg gunny sack of mustard seeds. So how many mustard seeds are there in that? Anybody can count? Whole lifetime also you can't count. So that many universes are there. We are talking about only one universe. So the process which is described here is for one universe. So, and also the Virat Rupa is the manifestation of the gross manifestations, what you can see, what you can perceive grossly with your senses, is what Virat Rupa is talking about, is reason for, external. And the internal reason, that is the Paramatma manifestation, is from the Kshira Udakshayi Vishnu, from the local Shvetadvipa Vaikuntha, which is expansion of Garbhodakshayi Vishnu. He expands in all of us living entities, big, small, lower, higher, all living entities. He enters as Paramatma. So Paramatma is subtle manifestation, and externally what your body is formed and the universe externally is formed is the manifestation of Virat Rupa. This is how the complete universal production takes place. All the gross and subtle bodies, as all the gross and subtle bodies rest on the soul. You believe in this? You are the soul. But on you, there is dependence of the body. That you are, I can see and what I cannot see. That is buddhi, mind and ego. These both things are dependent on the soul. If this is true in the unit of you, the living entity, the same thing is true for the universe also. Both the subtle and gross features of the universe ultimately rest on the Supreme Personality of God. So what is noteworthy here? Well, that Virat Rupa is magnanimous. It is like you see up, down, right, left, center, behind, front, everything is Virat Rupa only. It was so overwhelming that Arjun was having Krishna on his chariot, and Arjun is seeing Virat Rupa everywhere. He is saying, please my Lord, withdraw this, I cannot tolerate this. This is too overwhelming, too opulent, too powerful. My persona cannot handle this. Please take it back. I am okay with you having two forms. While the Virat Rupa is not Krishna. What is noteworthy? The Virat Rupa is an insignificant part of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, which is so overwhelming. Why it is intolerable to Arjun? Because it is a material manifestation for some time. Why Krishna is so acceptable and tolerable enjoyable for Arjuna? Because he is spiritual, fully spiritual. He is Satchidananda Vigraha himself, fully personified Satchidananda Vigraha. And being the soul, Arjun, as Satchidananda Vigraha, he can relate and he can, however magnanimous that Satchidananda manifestation of Lord is, Arjun can relate to it. What is important is not having great things. What is important to be able to relate to them, to connect to your life, to make it part of your life. If something is magnanimous and great, but you can't connect to it, what is the use of that? It's useless. So what we have to understand, noteworthy here, is Virat Rupa is an insignificant aspect of the Lord just for the creation to be allowed to be created. Just to allow the creation to take place. It's a temporary manifestation which is only present in the material world. Another important point to note. Virat Rupa is not there in the spiritual world. It's not there in the Vaikuntha, not there in Goloka, not there in Ayodhya, Dwarka, Mathura, not there in Brahmajyoti also. Not beyond Viraja river. It is within the universe itself. Not even in Karana Jal also. It's only within the Anda, Brahmanda. It's basically why Virat Rupa is important, because Mayavadis, they don't understand the reality of the Lord. So to convince that the Lord exists and the supremacy of the Lord, Virat Rupa is created. And from knowledge point of view, they relish Virat Rupa, because Virat Rupa is a really magnanimous subject to study. To convince them of the supremacy of the Lord, the devotees don't need Virat Rupa. Anybody here needs Virat Rupa? Anybody has desire to see Virat Rupa? Sorry sir, I don't need to. Because what is our parallel counterpart that we need to see is our deity form, is our Archa Vigraha. Right? The Archa Vigraha is the counterpart of Virat Rupa. What is that for Mayavadis? And we have Archa Vigraha to serve and to relate to when, right from the neophyte stage, we have just come to temple, from that stage to the perfectional stage of pure devotee. All the stages, this particular form is very relevant to you. You can relate, you can understand. First it may be seen as stone or wood. Then you will see it is not so. It is much, much beyond that. Right? So once Virat Rupa manifested, then the demigods became active. They became now parts of the Virat Rupa. Before they were only in 23 elements. Now they are the part of Supreme Lord, because Lord has now, it's like, when you have a bottle of marbles filled with bottle and you put water in that. Water goes inside, not still, because there is gaps. And then the water fills to the brim. Then what happens? All the marbles are in the water now. Like that, when the Lord came in, all the 23 elements, the expansive 23 elements and the demigods, everybody became the part of the Lord. And the various parts of the individual body of the universe manifested. It's very, very complicated and magnanimous process of creation. And then, when this stage happened, when the Lord entered, everything became activated. And then the process is described. So, the 3.6.2, the verse, Trayo Vimshati Tatvanam Ganam Yugapata Vishat. What happened? Once the Lord entered the 23 elements, activity started, and now what I am telling you is the understanding of the loving devotees of the Lord. If you read the purport of this verse from a Mayavadi, a Vyaktavadi, then there will be a lot of technical understanding will be there. But how a devotee comments on this? Very simple and very beautiful commentary is there. That Krishna is Prema Swarupa. Krishna is not mentioned here in the purport or description as the Supreme Lord having 6 opulences and this and that and variety of technical description. No, it's very simple. He is Prema Swarupa. And what is a Prema Swarupa person does? What Krishna does in this situation now, just gathers everything, makes them together, brings everything in an organized manner. Rather, he organizes everything into a beautiful, meaningful activity and creation. So without Krishna, nothing can be organized, nothing can be brought together. This is a very important point today we have to understand. Without Krishna, nothing can be brought together. Krishna is a supreme organizer. He brings everything together. Now see, if you see here, from here to here, we all are commonly Indian here. But suppose you go to Mayapur, or suppose you go to Vrindavan, then there are also black, white, yellow, short, tall, every kinds of people are there. And they all have different cultures, different thought processes, different bodily features, different accents, different culture, dressing sense, whatever you say. But why they are so unified? Because there is Krishna in between. Krishna has unified them and organized them, not only physically to come together and sit together, eat same kind of food, but to also work together, think together, act together in his service, in loving union. So it is explained that Sangathan, that is organization, or samstha, is successful only when the Lord is in the center of the organization. Not physically only, but even activity-wise. Like we say in medical, anatomy, not only anatomy, but physiology also. The activity of that organization. So if you have all the Aishwarya, but suppose you have Kalaha, that means you have fights, difference of opinion. You don't, there are very rich families in India, and there are some family members who own the whole wealth, but there is a difference of opinion. Then even though there is so much of wealth you can enjoy, but you cannot enjoy because you are in the courts most of the time, thinking about how to procure more, how to use up more, how to press the opposite party. So the pure devotional understanding of this whole thing is, if there is Krishna, then there is organization, there is unity, there is cooperation, and there is happiness. And if there is all opulences, but Krishna is not there, I mean, Krishna is there everywhere, but he's not within you. You're not Krishna conscious. You don't accept that consciousness. Then there is only fight and disunity. ISKCON is the best example of unity based on Krishna. Unity in diversity. I remember one statement made by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami, that Kono Shongo Bhed, Kono Jati Bhed, Kono Beda Bhed Nai. The United Nations of the spiritual world. This is in 80s, his lecture is roaring that in ISKCON itself there is so many hundreds of countries and so many types of devotees of so many varieties of cultures. But they chant one mantra, they dance in one style, they eat one kind of food, they wear one kind of dress, they have one thought process, they have one goal in life, they have a single set of holy places they visit, they have unique, wonderful one goal of life, right? That one personality, Krishna, is uniting them. Like Rath Yatra is coming now. And Rath Yatra, Rath, the chariot, is made from which day? Akshay Tritiya. This year it came on 30th of, I think, April. And Rath Yatra is on what? 27th of June. How many days? Girona? Almost 57 days. And 6,600 trees of fancy are required to build those 3 chariots. And the chariot also has lots of technical details. No nail, no iron. There are 5 elements are there, but no iron nail is joining things together. Nail also is a wood only. And then it's not the only physical structure. There are demigods, there are charioteers, there are horses, and there are clothes, and there are colors, and there are paints, and there is so many things, and it's such a magnanimous creation. So many rich people thought, that once Rath Yatra gets over, we will buy that by donation and keep it as a monument in our palace or outside of palace, in our courtyard, in the garden, anything. And so people see, I have Rath of Jagannath as an ornament of my house. This is possible thought, no? A richest person in the world can think like this. But have you seen the chariot of Jagannath in anybody's house after Rath Yatra? You may have seen the wheels. I have seen wheels because they donate the wheels. I have seen one wheel in Alarnath temple. I have seen one wheel in other temples also, because the wheels are not dismantled. They are presented. Few wheels are there in Gundicha Mandir also. When you go on Gundicha Utsav, in 9 days, there you will find many freshly made wheels are kept there. But why the chariot is not available as a monument to any place? Because as soon as Jagannath gets down on Niladri Vijay day, is the last day of the function, Niladri Vijay, where Lord again enters the Niladri, Nilachala temple. The Ratha starts dismantling itself. Things starts falling immediately. So before it falls, the Pandas, they start removing demigods immediately inside. All the worshipable items are Devis and Devatas and Gramya Devatas, they are removed immediately before the Rath dismantles. This is the fact. That when the Lord is there on the chariot, everything is intact. When the Lord leaves the chariot, everything starts falling off. This is a most wonderful, scintillating reality. So of this one related one story I remember, between Jagannath and Lakshmi Devi, there is a Hare Krishna. There is a Prema Kalaha. Prema Kalaha means the Vivada of love. Loving conflict. So Lakshmi Devi said, my powers are more than your powers. And I will demonstrate to you. She said to Jagannath. So then one dead body is being carried by people. 4 people are carrying, and many people are saying Ram Naam Satya Hai, Ram Naam Satya Hai, Govinda Naam Satya Hai, Gopal Naam Satya Hai. So Lakshmi Devi said, how much your glory is there. Everybody is chanting your name. But they will glorify you or appreciate your glories, chant your name, only when I am not manifesting my powers. Moment I will manifest my powers, all your glory will be forgotten. You want to see? And what she did was, she immediately started doing varsha of gold coins. Millions of gold coins were showered, and all the people who are carrying and walking, they are like bewildered. My God, they just forgot to chant Gopal Naam Satya Hai, Ram Naam Satya Hai. And they were wondering, Arey, so much rain is falling, maybe it will stop and it will disappear. Body is already dead. We can burn him after 2 hours. What is the problem? We can keep the body. We can collect the gold coins, fill up our pockets, bags, everything, put on the haversack like that, and again lift the body and go to Smashan. So everybody first ran, those who are not having body on the shoulder, and they started collecting. Looking at that, the only 4 were having the body on the shoulder. They were thinking, why not us? So many hundreds of people are collecting. And if they finish everything, what is remaining for us? So they kept the body down, and they also ran and collected. Lakshmi said, see, where is your Ram Naam? Where is your Govinda Naam? They have forgotten. They are only after me, Lakshmi. So Lord is very clever. What did he say? See, everybody left. Did that fellow leave? Who is on the Tiridi? Who was being carried by 4 people? Did he leave? Why did not leave? Because I am not there in that. All these people ran to collect you in the form of gold coins because I am present in them. Even to be attracted to you and your opulence and your powers and your influence, I need to be present. And because I am not there in that persona, he did not go. So how do you get attracted? How anybody gets attracted to you? Because of my presence. So she surrendered immediately. Haribo! Jagannath Swami ki! So like that, we have to understand that whatever happens, the Lord even may consider himself and act himself as subordinate to Lakshmi also. Like in Vrindavan, he acts completely as a henpecked lover of Radharani, as if he has no power only, simply depending on the mercy of Radharani. But still, the reality remains that everything exists. All this loving relationship of Vipralamba, love, affection, Vrindavan Dham, Madhurya, depends on his presence there. So, when there is no Krishna in our life, you can expect only Vidroha, fight, Kalaha, Jagada, everything you can expect. So we need to invite Krishna in our life as the person who needs to fill all the gaps which are needed to be filled up. So if you see any house having fights, know that Krishna and Krishna consciousness is not there. And if you see any poor house living together lovingly, nicely, you have to understand Krishna is present in them. You can see 5 Pandavas, they have 5 different personalities. There are so many different kind of attitudes and so many different kind of personalities, activities, thought process also is different. Bhima will always think, Utha ke patak do kya? Constantly one dialogue was there. Shall I lift him and throw him and smash him on the ground? And Dharmaraj would say, cool down. But because of Krishna's presence, they were there always united. When Krishna enters or is present, there is unity and organization. Then what happened when Krishna entered? Everything got united, all 23 elements, all the demigods, everything got organized to form a beautiful universe. And how did it be? How did it manifest itself? It all manifested in differentiation form. What is differentiation? That means different things are created. The same Panchamahabhuta, but now I are coming in front of you as ear. And the same Panchamahabhuta is coming in front of you as eyes, and then nose, and then subtle mind also, and then legs also. It's all Panchamahabhuta only, but the function, the appearance, the activity, everything is different. So, he differentiated the whole universal creation process into 3. One is heart, that is the existence as Atma. Then there is 10. Second level of differentiation is 10. Prana became 10. Prana, Apana, Udana, Vyana, Samana. That is what we know in Ayurvedic. And the subtler forms of Vayu, that is Naga, Kurma, Krukara, Devadatta and Dhananjay. Prabhupada gives in the previous shlokas purport. You must read that. So these 10 Vayus, they conduct your life, your existence, your livelihood. Your being live is manifested by this Vayu. When the Vayus are active, you are supposed to be alive. When the Vayus become inactive, that is called death. And then he also differentiated in 3, that is 3 gunas. What is 3 gunas? The secondary activity, the secondary controlling activity to run the universe is 3 gunas. Sattva guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. When you fall in the material world, what happens? 3 gunas influence you. You act either good or act in a passionate way or in a ghastly sinful way. That is Tamoguna. So these 3 gunas makes everything work. Makes you work in that particular direction. In the morning you work in Sattva Guna, in the afternoon you work in passion, in the night you may work in mode of ignorance. And then what happened? Then each sense manifested in 4 levels. This is also very interesting. Huh? Suppose you consider your tongue. So there are 4 things. Sthana, the location, where it is in the mouth. What it is tongue. What does it do? It tastes. What it tastes? Something like laddu or jalebi. 4 cheez ho gaye na? One is the object. One is the process of interaction of object and the sense. What is that? Taste. When the tongue connects with the jalebi, there is a process called taste, which you taste, swada. And tongue itself as an organ, and the location is mouth. So it's everything manifested in the 4 things. Like, let us understand. So first is mouth, and then there is one demigod. I forgot to mention to you. There are 4 things. One demigod who helps you to taste. Who is that demigod of taste? Agnidev. Agnidev is responsible for giving you taste. When Agnidev is unhappy with you, don't taste anything. I remembered a joke. Shall I tell you a joke? This is Krishna's joke, not my joke. When Krishna used to play with coward boys, they were so funny. So funny and so funny. Have you heard sometimes children talking and playing in the garden? And most of them, they are laughing only and talking something very stupid. And laughing. And somebody else says same stupid statement and they also laugh and laugh. And we say, what is it in laughing so much? Just laughing is such a baseless thing. Why these baseless talks and laughters are there in children? Because our Lord was also like that only. How I'll tell you. So boys, Krishna's coward boys, everybody is enjoying sweets. And everybody is brought some sweets from his mother. Everybody is taking name of his mother and telling, see, my mother has given this motichur laddus. Krishna, please have it. Oh, my mother has brought this particular gulab kheer. This one, that one, many kinds of sweets are named after her, and they are tasting it. And then kheer was brought in between. And the kheer was given to Krishna. And Krishna said, kuch swad nahi aa raha hai. I'm not feeling any taste. And others are feeling great taste. He said, wow, wonderful. What a flavor of gulab. What a flavor of a rose. And Krishna says that, I'm not getting any taste. So what the coward boy must have told? The coward boy said, हिंदी में बोलते पहले हैं, जिसके नाना पागल होते हैं, उनको खीर की टेस्ट नहीं आती. So who is Nana of Krishna? Yashoda's father. What is his name? Sumukha Gopa. Where is he from? Mehrana village. He says his Nana must be a murkha. That's why he is not getting the taste. Abhi kuch connection hai kya uska? And saying this, the boys are laughing and laughing and laughing and laughing. At times, they also were criticizing Krishna's darkness. He says his Nana is black, that's why he is black. Because Sumukha Gopa was dark colored. His wife, Patula Devi, was fair. Vishwada Devi also was fair. Nanda Baba also was fair. Now why Krishna is black? Genetically, we can ask question from where the black color is coming. Somebody has to be there in the family lineage. Yes, Sumukha Gopa was dark colored. So laughing and laughing and laughing. Okay. So mouth is a location, the demigod is Agni, the organ is Jiva, and the object is what? Laddu or jalebi or anything is eatable. So similarly, each and every organ, location, the controlling demigod, the organ itself, and the object of the organ were created in the sets of 4 and 4. Everything was created like that. Even hands, legs, kantha, everything was created in these 4 levels. That means each sense had a guardian who would make the organ function. Each organ had an object to enjoy or taste or to relate to. And what comes in the end of the story? Experience. The jalebi was very wonderful. It was so fresh and so crispy and so nicely sweet, so much joyful. That experience is the purpose of all this creation, right? And then the 4 varnas were created, 4 ashramas were created. The creation has got 2 kinds of creation. One is individuals. You're also a great creation in itself. If you study yourself, it's a great creation. There are so many things in the body, hundreds and thousands of things in the body, working so harmoniously. And you're not functioning it, by the way. You and me have independence just to eat jalebi, chew it, enjoy it and throw it below. After it goes below, you have any control over it? Whether it's going to be digested, whether it's going to be giving happy experience to you, or loose motion to you, or high sugar to you, or no sugar, everything is fine. All that is not controlled by you. The whole existence of you right now, what is happening in your last toe, you don't know. What is happening in your stomach right now, nobody knows. How much of yesterday's food is there in the intestines, nobody knows. How it's going to be processed, nobody knows. All that is worked out by the demigods. You are simply a passenger. You don't know which tire is going to get punctured, how many nails are there in the last tire. That's all automatically happening. Who is doing combustion with petrol and energy creation? How the motor vehicle is running? Nobody knows. We are simply sitting on the wheel and moving the wheel and doing something that is very, very gross and superficial. What is happening inside, nobody knows. So that is called individual creation. And in the individual creation also it is unlimited. How many human beings are there? Today they say 800 billion. But how many other living entities are there? How many ants are there? How many flies are there? How many snakes are there? How many elephants are there? How many tigers are there? Can you imagine? 84 lakhs of species with unlimited living entities in each species. This is still an individual creation. And there's something called as universal creation, where these entities are existing. You are also existing in this world. You need a house to stay, you need food to eat, you need a lot of systems to maintain yourself. And that is called a Bahya creation, Bahya Srijan, Bahya Srishti, Antar Srishti, Bahya Srishti. And in that, the Virat Rupa is responsible for Bahya, Sukshma and Stula creation. Sukshma is mind, intelligence, ego. And Stula is what the body you see. In individual case also, and in the Bahya Srishti also. You need trees, you need skies, you need mountains, you need clouds, you need oceans, you need rivers, you need ponds, you need earth, you need capacity to create from earth, to create crops and food. All that is done by only Virat Rupa. And the essential creation, that is you as Atma, part and parcel of Krishna, is coming from Krishna. Along with that is coming Paramatma. Also the expansion of Krishna. Multiple level, I think 9th or 10th level of expansion of Krishna is Paramatma. Krishna is very far still, but is accompanying you. So then, the external creation mein, Brahmanadi Varna was created. Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. And then one nice point I must tell you, off the bit, but it's connected here, is mentioned in the scripture also, purport. Shudra people, sometimes we condemn them. But Shudras have very beautiful thing. Krishna himself says, Yad Vrittya Tushyate Harihi. Yad Vitra means their Vritti. Their propensity is very pleasing to Hari. And what is the propensity of Shudras? Yes? What do they do? Huh? Hard work, somebody said. What do they do? They serve. Whom do they serve? All the other three. Brahmana, Kshatriya and Vaishya. And what is Yad Vritti? This pravrutti of Shudras. Tushyate Harihi. Pleases the Lord very much. So you may be a Brahmana. You may be a Kshatriya. But if you don't have the pravrutti of Shudra in you, you can't please the Lord. Seva Vritti is the most important activity. This desire to serve is the essential reason to please the Lord. How we can please the Lord is the propensity to serve has to be there. And what are we here to, why we come to temple? We come here to learn how to serve. We are trained how not to serve in material world. How others should work and we should only enjoy. That is our original propensity in the material world. But in the temple, we are deprogrammed. And we are brought to the right program. That is to serve. The original propensity of the soul. The soul is actually also considered as Patni of the Lord. The wife of the Lord. And Lord is supposed to be Nath. The only one Nath, that is Krishna. And all are supposed to be the wives of the Lord. Whether male body or female body. And what is going to please in the male body and female body is the Seva Pravrutti. So when the Lord creates, He also creates a Pravrutti. And the Seva Vritti is praised in Bhagavatam. So this is all about material world. Did you talk about spiritual world here? No. The very spiritual world in this is way and much, much beyond all these things. And in the material world, the organization is required to be done to make it functional, to make it meaningful, to make it functional to the desired goal for which it is created. And the Lord is required to organize all these things. But there is something called a spiritual world also. That also the Lord is creating. There is a little difference is there. Virat Rupa is creating the material world. And even the spiritual world is created by the Lord. But in the spiritual world, the Lord gives the authority of organizations to Vrinda Devi. She is the one who organizes everything. And the Lord simply enjoys. And this organization has some time of beginning and some time of existence and a particular time of destruction also. So comes and goes. But the spiritual world, it always remains. Even though the spiritual world manifests from Goloka to the material world, to the earthly, on the earthly platform, like Vrindavan comes from Golok Vrindavan on earth, and that part also remains eternal. When Jagannath Puri comes down, also becomes eternal. Ayodhya comes down, is also eternal. It doesn't get destroyed when the pralay takes place. And that also requires organization. Lots of organization. But all that organization is purely spiritual. This organization is to large extent material and the purpose is spiritual. Why this is created? The purpose is to you get understanding that everything is temporary here, you are not eternal, you need to go back to Godhead. That is the purpose. In one sense, to give you a realization that you don't belong here. So that organization has to be very special. So it is organized in such a way that when you go through, you understand, hey, I don't belong over here. Why I am here? I should get out of this. And then the purpose of this creation is fulfilled. But when this purpose of this creation is fulfilled, you go to the spiritual world. You are supposed to go there. And there, things are not going to end with time. Time is not powerful enough to show its existence. Inconspicuous by its absence. The time is inconspicuous by its absence. It's there, but it's not showing any effect. Like Yamraj is there in Jagannath Puri, but Yamraj cannot function as Yamraj in Jagannath Puri. He only can do puja of Mahadev. Lakshmi told him, you don't come here to do function, huh? You come on leave over here. This is not area where you can do your business. You can only come here and do worship. So he established Lord Shiva and Yameshwar Mahadev. He is remaining there as Yama, worshipping Yameshwar Mahadev. And once you go transcend this material creation created by Virat Rupa, then the spiritual world that you enter in, it also requires organization. You may not actually physically enter spiritual world. Okay, I will ask one question to you. Have you entered spiritual world at this moment of time? There can be two answers, yes or no. It cannot be third answer. So tell me. Yes. Answer is yes. Because you are in the temple of Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna. And everywhere, even Srila Prabhupada writes it hundreds of places that temples of Vishnu is a spiritual world. And your life has also changed. Tilak has come on your forehead. Dhoti kurta has come on your body. Prasad is going inside your body. Your mouth is chanting the name of Krishna. Your ear is hearing the name of Krishna. Your eyes are seeing Krishna's beautiful form. So already you are in spiritual world. So one way of entering spiritual world is becoming a devotee and following devotional service. And another way of entering spiritual world is leaving this body and entering in Sachidananda Deha into spiritual world. And this particular part of spiritual world, when you have entered spirituality, also needs organization. And AC is working, light is on, right? Deities are dressed up, you are having darshan. Now Jagannath darshan ke liye harmonium, flute player, singer, microphone is required. If you put the AC off, maybe half the people will get up and leave. So, it's all organization. You may feel, I just came in, everything was so smooth. The lecturer was decided, he came on time and everything was put in front of him. From this asana, he came in chair and there was table, there was microphone, everything is organized. So, he needs organization. What about Jagannath Puri Yatra, Govardhan Yatra this year? Right now only started, the organization. People are traveling already, booking accommodations and booking places to cook and planning, to buy materials and tons and tons and tons. 25, 30, 40, 50, 60 trucks are going to travel from Mumbai, some from there, some from Mathura, some from Koshi. And so many months of organization will result into 6 days, 7 days of a yatra with 10,000 people. And there also you'll see everything is organized. You go in the Pandal hall, stage is organized, 50, 60 speakers are organized, huge micro, that mixers are organized and popular operating screens, everything is there. Everything appears so smooth, 6:30 in the morning, ready, breakfast is there, 1:30 afternoon, 10 item lunch is there, and rooms are there, and everything is there, stalls are put up. Huge organization. Who is the inspiration behind the organization? One devotee, whom you trust, whom you worship, whom you adore, who is a Guru Maharaj. For that person, all this is organized. Apparently it doesn't do anything. It's not going to putting the bamboos in place and putting speakers in place and checking the speakers and checking the screens working. But such a 2,000 devotees out of 10,000 devotees are only organizing to please that one person. So in the spiritual world, a devotee is needed to organize the spiritual world's activity. In the material world, the Lord comes himself and does everything. But everything is useless over here, in one sense. Lord wants to make it useful and meaningful. But in the spiritual world, everything is meaningful. Everything is wonderful. Everything is divine. Everything is pleasurable. So Lord is simply enjoying. He is not doing anything. In fact, he is not doing anything otherwise also. His insignificant part, that to material part of his insignificant creation, is creating the material world. He is not creating. He is enjoying in the spiritual world. So Vrinda Devi comes in between. And Vrinda Devi is taking guidance from Lalita and Vishaka. They give principal instruction. Today is Holi, so we want to play Holi in Kumud 1. That's all the principal instruction is given, and everything around that instruction is organized by Vrinda Devi. You know, we do dramas. Our dramas are, our drama is, one drama is how many hours? 1 hour. How many months do we prepare for the drama? 3 months minimum. 3 months, so everybody has to slog. Some intelligent people start writing 6 months before only and start organizing. So sometimes 6 months also. Lots of meditation is there before that also. And all that effort is, the result is only 1 hour of drama. And there may be also flaws, which you may not know as audience. Hey, पर्दा बंद करना था, पर्दा बंद ही नहीं किया. But you don't know as an audience because you are saying, ये भी तो drama का ही part है, maybe. You feel this is a part of the drama, but the organizer, the director knows, Arey, you didn't close the curtain, I was supposed to close the curtain. Vrinda Devi is organizing a 12-hour drama every day. Should not call it a drama, it's Leela, the Lord. It begins at sunset and ends at sunrise in the morning. And there are different phases in that. Early part of the evening, later part of the evening, early part of the night, later part of the night, early part of the morning. And every activity, I mean, you don't do same thing at 6 in the evening and 4 in the morning, right? Do you do that same thing? At 6 in the morning, you do something else. 9 in the night, you do something else. At 1 o'clock in the night, you do something else. Or you don't do anything, you're only dreaming in the night. And early morning, you may sleep or you may wake up. All the variety of changing situations from 6 p.m. to 4 a.m. in the morning is organized by Vrinda Devi. And when we do a drama here, we are only dealing with human beings and some technical part like lights and sound and computer and all those things. Vrinda Devi's organization is also with trees, also with birds, also with other living entities. How? There's one Devi called Chitra Sakhi. Vrinda Devi, when she's organizing, everybody is subordinate to her. They don't say, I am part of Ashtasakhi, I am the closest one of the 8 to Radharani. You are not in 8 also, you are beyond that. So how can you instruct me? It's not like that. The speciality of the spiritual world is, nobody thinks that they are superior to anybody. And everybody is ready to work under anybody. And any menial task, anybody is ready to do. Why we are here, all of us? Because we are trying to learn that mood. That we are not the masters, we are servants and we are ready to do anything menial that is given to us without considering who I am. In fact, nobody should know who I am. My work should not tell them who I am. Neither I am proclaiming, I am CEO of this company, but I am sweeping over here. How I am sweeping here? Should understand, I am such a big man, but I am sweeping over here. That is also not supposed to be there. So Chitra Sakhi is the gopi who knows the language of birds, who knows language of trees also. She knows multi-languages of lower entities, so-called other living entities. They are not lower living entities in the spiritual world. Nobody is lower in spiritual world. The trees, the birds, and nobody is lower. Here we have differentiation, as I told you. The material world is known by its differentiation. The spiritual world is known by its unification of mood, not of external situations. So she will tell the trees, and when Radha Krishna will be decorated and they will enter the groves, you have to bow down. And the trees will offer Dandavat Pranam and stand up again. You read Chaitanya Charitamrita, when Mahaprabhu Chaitanya came, the trees were offering Dandavat Pranams and standing. As he came, like as Guru Maharaj comes, then the nearer devotees offer Dandavats. He goes ahead, the next devotee will offer Dandavat. They will not offer Dandavat from there. They will offer, they will again offer when Guru Maharaj will come, so that he sees, I am offering Dandavat to you, Maharaj. So like that, the trees will keep on offering Dandavat Pranams and the Lord will keep going ahead. And some trees are instructed by Chitra Sakhi that you bow down your branch laden with fruits, or bring down your branches laden with flowers. So he can pluck something and smell if he wants, or pluck something and eat something he wants. And then she will tell the birds, you sing in this raga, at this time is your turn. You sing this raga at this time. She will decide the raga also. And train all the birds, guide all the birds, orient all the birds. This kind of organization is there. And everything happens so beautifully. If you read Anand Vrindavan Champu, the last chapter of the Anand Vrindavan Champu is about Holy Leela with Jhulan Leela together. And you can see how meticulously everything is organized so beautifully. There is colors, there is watercolor, there is dry color, there is flowers, there is jhula, there is birds, there are trees. The trees are also told to form a canopy. So all the tree will intertwine with their higher leaves and they'll make a canopy, because today they have decided not to make it visible to demigods also. So much Nikunja Nila, private, that no demigods can peep also. They can hover around but no darshan. So trees will do that. Trees will bend. Trees will give their branches for a jhula. Hold the jhula in place. Move the jhula the way they want. All this meticulous and subtle planning is there. Elaborate subtle planning is there. Everybody is organizing, getting service in the organization. For example, Vrinda Devi tells, you go and bring yellow flowers. Then for that gopi, nothing else exists in the world except yellow flowers. Wherever she goes, she will only see yellow flower. Where's the yellow flower? And if you are told bring pink flowers, nothing else is seen by you except pink flowers. So the deep meditation on the order of the organizer to serve Krishna. They will not even ask what kind of garland, what combination. That is told to somebody else. They will make the combination garland. And that is only service, only combination. Who will put the garland on the Radha Krishna's body is another service. And they will not say, you know something, what is the use of you putting? I have plucked the yellow flower. Nobody says that there. They are very happy to see that yellow flower which I plucked, which is there in the body of Radha and his garland. All that meticulous, detailed, subtle planning is done and is executed perfectly. And there are also varieties of organization. One is time-wise. Sandhya, the next part of Sandhya, next Prahar, then Ratri, and then Pratakal. Then there is season, that means rainy season, Vasanta Rutu, or Grishma Rutu, or Shishir Rutu, or Hemant Rutu, so seasonal. Then there is festivity-oriented Leela, that means now Holi is going on, 45 days. So season also is there, time also is there, plus Holi festival also is incorporated in that. Then comes Jhulan festival for some time, 15 days. Then rainy season is there also, Varsha Rutu also is going on. Night also is there, day also is there, plus Jhulan Yatra is there. Then Kartik month comes, Sharad Rutu, then Ras Leela is there. And Sharad Ras Leela is different than Vasanta Ras Leela. So season is different, Ras Leela is different, everything is different. Types of food you eat is different. So food items, clothings, who will do Shringar, what items are going to be made by whom, who is going to serve. You may be expert in cooking, Champak Lata, but today you are told to fan. And she will not say, Arey, I am expert in cooking, why are you giving fan to me? No, she will be happily doing fan. And somebody else is cooking. And somebody says, I am expert in dancing, why are you putting me in cooking today? No, today you will cook and she will dance. Because everybody is expert in everything, somebody is hyper specialized. So, but still, humbly they will do all the duties. What ragas to sing, in which prayer of the day is also decided, and accordingly they will sing beautifully. Then there is Nauka Vihar pastimes. Then which lake today, which side of Vrindavan, what pond, Radha Kund, Sham Kund, or Vimal Kund, or which Kund, that is decided. And what time, which raga, what kind of lamps will be lit in the night. Everything is meticulously organized. And that is Vrinda Devi. And that is more pleasurable than this Leela. This is also pleasurable if you understand by the grace of a pure devotee. But that is so naturally sweet. Because that is your nature as Satchidananda. And the nature of the activity also is Satchidananda. So when you are completely pure, free from the contaminations of the material world, then it is easily relatable to you because it is your constitutional nature. Here, it is not your constitutional nature to be present. So it has become incompatible. At times you want happiness and miseries come. Hota hai na? Ki nahi hota hai? Many times you want many things, but it doesn't happen. But in the spiritual world, when you are entering spiritual world in the pure consciousness, whatever you expect goes on happening. That is the difference. That is why we have to become devotees of the Lord. Because our nature is to enjoy, and not to enjoy, but enjoy continuously and consistently and eternally. Not adyantu vantu komte, not beginning and end wala happiness. So to match your own nature, own knitting, own constitution, you need to follow Prema Bhakti. And the Lord is a Prema Sangatak. He is the person who unites you for the sake of happiness. He unites you, brings you together, he organizes your life so that you become happy. And you just have to surrender to his plan and you will become happy forever. Whether you are in the primary entrance of spiritual world or in the secondary ultimate entrance in spiritual world. Both times you will be happy if you just say, yes, my Lord. Yes, my Lord. Yes, my Lord. That is the success of the perfect organization from your side. How you make Lord's organization successful? By saying, yes, my Lord. I will do as you please, as you want. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Another thing, one word is yes, my Lord. And most other important word is thank you, my Lord. That such beautiful atmosphere is organized here. We are able to speak and listen. Then we go to Yatra and we say, beautiful organization there. We are participating. Somebody is logging. We are enjoying. Thank you, my Lord. So all good things happen with good organization. Thank you, my Lord. And in the material world, so many things are organized, but miseries come. And still we have to say, thank you, my Lord. Why? Because that misery also is organized by the Lord so that you come closer to Him. So you have no choice but to say thank you all the times. When happiness comes, saying thank you is easy. And when difficulties come, saying thank you is difficult. So we need devotees to inspire us to say thank you when difficulties come. But material world organization and spiritual world organization, both are perfectly ordained for our ultimate welfare. Knowing this, with motivation from within, we have to learn to say, thank you, my Lord. Please say, thank you, my Lord. Thank you, my Lord. For everything that is doing for us. For everything that you are doing for us. I may understand or I may not understand most of the times. But still, my Lord, I say, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So is there any question? Yes, Prabhuji, come in front, please. So after some age, we can't turn and can't bend. Yes, Prabhuji, please.
So my question is...
Microphone thing.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhu. So Prabhu, there are 365 days in a year. So how many festivals are there in Vrindavan? Number
Unlimited.
Of festivals?
That's the only answer.
Okay.
Because every day is a festival in Vrindavan. For example, you have Pitru Paksha here, Bhadrapad Purnima to Bhadrapad Amavasya. 16 days. Everybody is mourning that time. No festival, nothing, no inauguration, no welcome, no puja, nothing, only Shraddha, Shraddha and Shraddha. So supposed to be a period of mourning. What is happening in Vrindavan? Sanji Leela. Everybody is decorating Sanji with cow dung, flowers, colors, beautiful Sanjis, offering to Sanji Devi, and Lord is performing so many beautiful pastimes in Vrindavan Dham in the form of Sanji Leela. Next question.
Can you explain a few
Of?
festivals that you have experienced?
I just told you, Sanji Leela is a festival starting from Bhadrapad Purnima. When we have Bhadra Purnima here, Srimad Bhagavatam distribution program, that day Bhadra Purnima, Sanji Leela starts. And first 11 days of that Leela is meant to make flower rangolis. Huge platform, maybe half of the size of this hall. Platform is made, raised by 3 to 4 feet from the ground, and then covered with about 3-4 inches of cow dung. Dried up, and then that is decorated with flowers. And such wonderful, I cannot describe it to you. They make Leelas of the Lord in the form of flowers. Today, Matki Ford Leela, tomorrow Ras Leela, tomorrow Makanchori Leela, like that. Bakasur Leela, or Krishna sitting in the Kunja with Radharani under a tree, alone. And next day, different Leela. And different temples are famous for different wonderful Sanji preparations. And in the end, that particular item called Sanji, which is prepared, it is offered to Sanji Devi, which is the form of Lord's internal potency. Radharani's energies are manifesting as Sanji Devi. And everything is offered to Sanji Devi and she is worshipped. Main item is cow dung. She also is made in cow dung only on the wall. And all that is worshipped. And all the gopis in that season are just plucking flowers and plucking flowers and plucking flowers in different forests. The famous forest is Padar one near Barsana. Another forest is Kusum one near Kusum Sarovar. And many others are there. And the gopis go there. So one time Krishna went there. The coward boys came and told, today they are going to go to Kusum Sarovar to pluck flowers. Let us go and do some mischief there. So Krishna had something else in mind. So Krishna said, you go. I am a little bit sick. I will come a little late. Or he said, I am not coming. You go. So he knows that when he doesn't go, they don't go so far. They can't go so far with him. So they just went close by and came back. And Krishna disguised and went as a Mali in Kusum 1. Long story, but then Krishna was acting as a Mali and threatening the ladies and girls. And finally there are a variety of pastimes in one pastime only, on different days. So in one place, he came hitting the stick on the ground, making sound, and big mustache and big mole here, and feta, and very ferocious looking eyes. And he chased all the girls away, and they ran away and saying, Radha Rani, run, run, he's coming, run, run. But she was just lost in the thorns, and her cloth and the bushes, everything was like she was lost, she was sweating, and finally he just came in front of her with red open eyes and with stick in the hand and ghastly look. And she was so trembling. And suddenly he smiled, because she saw flute in his waist. So she recognized him. So he removed his disguise. And then she asked, oh, I was so scared. Good, it was you. So why did you do this today? He said, today I wanted to have only pastimes with you. That's why I tactfully chased all the girls away. Tactfully kept all boys away. And then I said, what do you do now? He said, we go to Yamuna to clean the flowers every day, because sometimes fall down on the ground or get dirty. So we all go to Yamuna and clean the flowers. He said, okay, let's go. So no, how can I go with you? I will be caught. So what do I do? How do I wash? He said, don't worry, I will bring Yamuna here only. So he thumped the ground with his heel and created a hole and invited Yamuna, and that is Kusum Sarovar. And then Radharani washed the flowers. And then she, what do you do with the flowers? He said, if you go and decorate the Sanji. So he said, I have one request. Can I decorate your hair with these flowers today? He said, yes. So that day, Radharani's hair was decorated by Krishna with beautiful flowers. And Radharani was having mirror in front of her, not to look at her face, but to see Krishna decorating her hair. And then by the time decoration was over, it was late. He said, oh my God, so much time. When will I make Sanji? When will I offer it to Sanji Devi? He said, don't worry, I will do it for you. So Krishna ran in disguise as a gopi, went to Radharani's house and quickly made a Sanji. And that was the best Sanji of the day in the village. And Radharani came later. And the corollary of the story is, some 4 gopis also remained with her. And then all 4 ladies watched Krishna decorating Radharani's hair. And all 4 ladies complained, others went away, who will make our Sanji? Krishna went ahead and make all the Sanjis of all the 4 houses, and they were the best of that day. Then Padar, and then so many Leelas are there. So this is Sanji Leela, and there are so many Leelas. Hare Krishna. Any other question is there?
Hare Krishna.
Yes. Where are
Hare
you?
Krishna.
Yes.
Prabhuji, while doing service, what is the real mood of our?
Service has and is supposed to have only one mood. To please the person whom we are serving. That's all. To love means to serve means to please. Please whom we are serving. That's all. There should be no other mood than to please the person whom we are serving. You may serve in a great way, and you may be proud, I served in such a meticulous way, but if the person whom we are serving is not pleased, all that planning is useless, all the activity is useless. Krishna consciousness is very simple. If you understand it, then it is very simple. Any other question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. And what is the real purpose of that creation of material world?
I told already in lecture, the purpose of the material world is to bring you to the realization, I don't belong here. I belong to Krishna. And then the material world itself will help you to get out of it and reach Krishna also. It's not only meant to frustrate you. It will make you to come to the realization that you don't belong here, and then it itself will help you. There is an arrangement like this in the material world only, to get you out of the thing. and reach the destination also. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for the wonderful lecture. Prabhuji, a question I had that do the Devtas get the chance to see the Nikunj Leelas of Radha Krishna Nastasaki? Like, they can
Generally not, usually not, but by the will of the Lord, yes. For example, I'll tell you, what is the reason why they are not allowed? Because they are tinted with the opulence of their own loka. So when they come, sometimes they come with that conditioning and then they cannot appreciate what's happening there. For example, one time, Indra, some Gandharvas went to Indra and they said, we have heard our Lord, Supreme Lord, because they know all theory and philosophy. So they know our Lord has come down to material world in the earth. So we want to have your permission to go and visit him. Can we go and see? So yeah, go. So Gandharvas came down. That time Krishna was playing in one place called Ganeshara. There is one place in Mathura. And there China Jhapti was going on. I'm like, no, tiffin kholte na. So I steal yours, you steal mine, and then you come to me, I throw somebody else, and somebody else throws, and you are running. And then finally you all settle down and then start eating. And then Krishna was eating from the mouth of the coward boys. And coward boys were eating from the mouth of Krishna. We don't do that. We eat Mahaprasad, but they are putting the hand in the mouth of Krishna and taking out and eating. So that is the highest nectarian item. And when this was all happening, it's all chaos in one sense. Spiritual chaos. So much happiness is there and so much everybody says, but to a Brahmin, how it looks. These are Vaishya boys, they are not any rules, regulation, kuch niyam, kuch pata nahi hai, shuchi, ashuchi, shauchachar, nothing they know. What is this? So the Gandharvas had come with their Gandharva Aishwarya Bhav. So they felt, we came to see the Lord. Is it the Lord? We say Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Om Sahasraksha Sahasrapat Sabhumim Vishwato Vritva. We see Purushukta, we see Brahma Samhita. To offer him, we wait for some time, then Mahaprasad come, then we eat Mahaprasad. Here Mahaprasad direct on mouth only. So they couldn't appreciate. And the bewildered, they were अच्छे थे जब निकले थे वहाँ से. But when they came, they got completely bewildered. They neither could appreciate the Lord, nor could actually accept him as a Lord, nor could see they were seeing the most intimate pastimes of the Lord by the blessing of the Indra. But they went back to Brahma They went to Brahma and told the story. And Brahma also got contaminated by that. Achha. And that time only the news came that Aghasur is killed. And Aghasur was creating, bhai in Brahmalok also, where only rishis live. There are terror in Brahmalok also. And it was told that that same boy killed Aghasur. So he said, how it is possible? Plus these boys are telling that he is eating from the mouth of his friends. I must go and test him. So the original contamination in the mind of Brahma came from these Gandharvas who visited by his blessing only. That is why they are not given entrance most of the times. Brahma wanted to eat Mahaprasad of Krishna because he was watching many times, not only that Leela time, other time also, and he felt ki Mahaprasad milna chahiye. So he said, I will wait till the whole Kamalakar, Vyavastha, eating, all these hours, and then Krishna goes and washes his hands in Yamuna water. So I will become a fish. So when he'll wash, the particles from his hand will go in water and I'll eat that Mahaprasad. So he became a fish in the water of Yamuna. And Krishna got up from the Kamalakar situation and went to wash his hands. And when he bent down in the water, transparent water, he saw the fish. And he understood this is Brahma. So he took a dona, took the water from Yamuna and washed on the ground. So they want, but they don't get. What to do? But only when Krishna wants, then they get. So you got the answer? Hari Bol. So thank you very much, everybody. I hope nobody else has question now. So this organization is wonderful organization. Spiritual organization. Eternally satisfying and fulfilling. No need to get worried about time limits of that. Hari Bol. Thank you very much. और प्रश्न है क्या? हो गया ना? Okay. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. But the demigods do get to enjoy the nectar of Krishna consciousness through your senses. When you engage your senses in Krishna's service, there the glasses of the Indriyas are filled with nectar, which they keep on drinking, and by your grace and activity, they can also get the nectar of Krishna consciousness. Hari Bol.